Hello YouTube, how's it going? It's the Professional here, and today I have the ultimate solo money guide for you guys. If you guys follow this guide, you will easily make over $4 million a day. Not joking, over $4 million a day. For this guide, to make it completely solo, I had no one help me, and I even had no one protect me, just to make it more accurate. All of this can be done without any help. I will say this, you will need a nightclub with coke, meth, counterfeit cash, hanger, and bunker linked to it. You will also need a Terrorbyte. Now, I know you guys do not want to hear me talk and want me to just explain the guide, so let's get started. Sorry for the longer video, everyone. There was just many steps that I had to cover in this video. First, I will cover how much you can make in 1 hour from this guide, so let's get started. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go right to your bunker and buy one batch of full supplies. You're also going to want to find a public lobby that has very few people in it. Very small lobbies work the best for this. So right here, we're going to buy that one batch of full supplies, and it takes around 2 hours and 20 minutes for that to produce. We are going to be doing other things in the meantime. It is going to produce $140,000 worth of guns, and we're going to be able to sell it for $210,000 later on, and there's going to be one delivery vehicle. It takes 2 hours and 20 minutes to produce, so make sure you guys are using a stopwatch so you can keep track on when it's going to finish producing. Now, the other thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to our nightclub, and this works the best when you're going to go to sleep, when you're going to go AFK, when you're going to do homework, when you got to do something else, you're not going to be playing the game. Set your nightclub to be producing cargo and shipments, sporting goods, South American imports, pharmaceutical research, and cash creation. These 5 are the best ones. And if you finish one of them early, then start producing organic produce, and then lastly, printing and copying. But those are the 5 best ones: cargo and shipments, sporting goods, South American imports, pharmaceutical research, and cash creation. What you're going to want to do is go AFK on the cameras. Make sure you disband your CEO or MC, because you could still get raided if you go on the cameras. But if you disband the CEO or the MC, you will not get raided. Now, when you stay on these cameras, you're going to be able to go AFK basically forever without getting kicked. And I know some people have told me on Xbox that they have gotten kicked in the past, but I have looked it up, and you need to go to your settings on Xbox if you are an Xbox player, and go to settings, preferences, idle options, and you need to uncheck that box. I have a Reddit thread to it linked down in the description for anybody on Xbox who has problems getting kicked when they're AFK. But what you're basically going to do is when you go to sleep, just leave it on. Leave this on the cameras when you're going to be going to sleep. Don't worry about your console overheating. I left my PlayStation 4 on for 3 days once. The next-gen consoles, they're meant to be on for long periods of time, so don't worry about your console overheating. Just stay on these security cameras, and your business, your nightclub, will be producing all night long, and your bunker if you left it on the previous night as well. So then the next day when you wake up, you're gonna have plenty of stock to sell, and then when you're also gonna be playing, your stock is gonna be producing. So don't worry about going AFK on the cameras. Do it. I do it all the time. Very good way to make money. Now, here's what you're going to want to be doing in between while your nightclub and bunker are producing. You're going to want to go to this part of the city right up here where Los Santos Customs is, and you're going to want to steal a nice car and sell it. Every 48 minutes, you can steal a car and sell it. Very easy money, very quickly. So right here, we stole an Uber-mocked Oracle, and we are going to sell this thing. We sell it for $8,000. Get that out of the way. Easy $8,000, basically for less than a minute of work. Okay, now once we exit, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to form a CEO. And remember, being a very small public lobby works the best for this strategy. If you have a buzzard, it's going to help you the most. So if you have a buzzard, this is going to help you the most for this guide. Once you spawn the buzzard, start up a headhunter. Once you start up the headhunter, just take out the targets. You can do it with a buzzard very quickly. I managed to take out all the targets right here in under 3 minutes. First target was down. Going after second target right here. Blowing him up. Second target is dead. Moving on to the third target. Third target right here, very simple. One missile right over there in that corner. He's dead. Moving on to the last target, fourth target. And we take him out right here. Look at that, 20,500. Now, you're going to want to do headhunter in the city. Don't go out to the countryside because it gets more complicated if you go out there. In the city, it's the easiest. Right after that, you're going to want to fly basically to the upper part of the city. Not completely to the top, but more of like the middle upper part. And what you're going to want to do is spawn your Terrorbyte. Go inside your Terrorbyte, and once you are inside, you're going to want to go in the touchscreen menu. Once you are on the touchscreen menu and you log in, you are going to want to go to client jobs. And the first client job that you're going to want to do is diamond shopping. You can be pretty close to the jewelry store when you start it. It will always be in the same location, always the same jewelry store. The jewelry store from the jewelry store heist in single player. We're just going to go to the cab, and we got to drive the Terrorbyte there. You can be pretty close to the jewelry store, just don't be right on it. I recommend being a few blocks from it, like around half a mile. Half a mile works best, because if you're too close to the jewelry store when you start this job, it will not work. So be pretty close, but not really, really close. We drive right over there, and then this part is really simple. Hit right on the D-pad if you're the driver, and then you'll just be put right in the back of the Terrorbyte, just so you save time. You don't have to get out, go to the back. Once you're in the back, go on the drone station. When we're on the drone station right here, there's 2 guards that are right in front of this armored van. You can shock both of them. You can take them out quietly if you want to do that, or you can just pass them. I like to take them out quietly because it makes it a little easier. Knocked him out right there. Gonna go after guard 2 right here. Knocked him out. Still not detected. Now we're gonna take the drone inside. Very, very simple job. Very easy money on this one. Gonna go right in here. Shock this box. The moment you shock the boxes, get off the drone, because then you can go inside the store. Now we rush inside the store. Take them out. If you got an automatic shotgun, it works best on this mission. Guards are very easy to take out on this mission. Kill them all here. And then we pick up this briefcase full of the diamonds here. We take that out of the store. Now, once you're out of the store, you get a wanted level, and what you're going to want to do is, if you have the buzzard, spawn the buzzard, because the buzzard will be your best friend. You do not need to drive the Terrorbyte to the destination. I see so many people driving the Terrorbyte to the destination on this mission. You only need to drive the Terrorbyte to the jewelry store. Once you take the jewels in the briefcase, you do not need to drive the Terrorbyte. So just spawn your buzzard, and it's always in the exact same location near the vineyard up north. So just start flying up north, call Lester, remove your wanted level, and deliver it. Once you deliver it, it's around $30,000, and look, $30,000 for 4 minutes of work, very easy. And you know what the best part about the new client jobs is? They don't affect the cooldown on VIP work. So remember we did Headhunter? It's on a 4-minute, 50-second cooldown, but we can do Sightseer right away after that. So the client jobs and the VIP work, they don't conflict with one another when you're doing these jobs. So we're starting up Sightseer right here. We picked up all the packages, took us around 5 minutes. 22,000. We're already up to 81 grand. Nice, right? Once Sightseer is over, we can do Headhunter again. Headhunter is ready. Because if you do a VIP work while Headhunter is cooling down, or Sightseer, you can do it back to back if you're quick enough, and there won't be any cooldown. Now we do Headhunter here. We knock this target out. Very easy. $102,000. And we're playing for basically around 10 minutes we've been playing right now. So $102,000 for 10 minutes, I think that's pretty good, right? Now, here's why it's important to use a stopwatch. If you are in a session with at least 3 people, business battles will spawn every 15 minutes. If there's more people in the lobby and those free mode activities spawn, they will actually conflict with the business battles, and it'll take an extra 15 minutes for them to spawn. But if you're in a session with basically under 7 people, then the business battles will spawn every 15 minutes, no problem. That's why it's good to find one of these lobbies with at least a few people in them. So right here, we delivered business battle weapons, 2 out of 2 weapons, and 1 weapon is $5,000, so 2, that's $10,000, and 1 weapon, that takes around 40 minutes to produce. So basically, we've saved 80 minutes right now. We've knocked off 1 hour and 20 minutes off the clock. Pretty good. And not only that, but we also get paid for delivering it. So we get the cargo itself, and we also get paid around $20,000 if you deliver both of them. So pretty good money. So make sure you do the business battles every 15 minutes. Once that is done, we're going to want to go back to our Terrorbyte, and we're going to want to do this job called Targeted Data. Targeted Data, very easy, very simple, just like the Diamond Store one. Now, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to drive to the Life Invader offices. You can actually be pretty close to it as well. Here, I was less than a mile away from it. You can get up to half a mile, but if you get too close to the Life Invader office, the job won't start. So you can get pretty close, but just don't be really on top of it, because then it won't start the mission. This mission, very simple as well. You're going to be using the drone. We're going to want to go inside the Life Invader office. I found that going in the other door is actually a little easier, because then you have this guard to worry about here, and I don't like taking the drone so close to him because I don't like the idea of him detecting me, but you can always shock them. So he's shocked. Go upstairs right here. Wait till the shock is charged. We got this guy, and the range on the shock is pretty good. You can take this guy out, and as long as nobody sees it, you can take these guys out quietly. Go in right here. Gonna go right on top of the first computer. All you basically gotta do is just look at the computer when you're next to it. So the first one was hacked. Now we're going to go to the second office right here, take this guard out, go up right to the computer, look at it, start hacking. 2765 is the number we're looking for. I see it right down here. We're going to hit that. Got that. And then once you hack both computers, very simple. Just get off the drone, and you don't need to drive the Terrorbyte to the target, because a lot of people drive it. You just need to drive it to the Life Invader office. Go outside, spawn your buzzard. And this is very simple. This is more simple than Headhunter. The target is always outside, doesn't really have any cover. You can just lock onto him with a missile and just blow him up. They say that he has bodyguard protection, but you don't even need to really get up that close to him. Just use a buzzard, lock onto him, blow him up. $30,000 for just a simple mission like that, going in there, hacking 2 computers, and flying over and killing this simple target. You can do both of these jobs every 30 minutes, so make sure you guys remember the cooldown for the diamond store and targeted data. Now, right after that, we're going to want to do headhunter, because headhunter's cooldown is done. We knock out the targets, kill them all, completed it in around 3.5 minutes here, got 20,500. So we're basically at around 172,000, because remember, we also got paid around $20,000 straight into the bank from that business battle. So what we're going to want to do is go right back to our Terrorbyte after that and then source vehicle cargo. And you're going to want to source top range cars. And in order to source only top range cars, you need around 10 standard and 10 mid-range cars, and you will only source top range cars. If you have the Oppressor Mark II inside your Terrorbyte, you can also use that to get there quicker, but I think using the Buzzard is more efficient. So right here, we delivered a top range car, we delivered the Mamba. And take a look down there, our Masonette Los Santos nightclub's at $10,000 safe total. So if your nightclub popularity is producing, that's another $10,000 that you can also make every 48 minutes, if you choose to do it, that is. Okay, so we go outside right here, we go into our Buzzard, and guess what? Headhunter is ready again, and the reason that it's ready is because that top range mission took me a little bit of time to get the car there, but I finally got it there. We complete Headhunter, get another 20,500. We're basically at close to 200,000, because remember, like I said earlier, we got the $20,000 in the bank and $173,000 in cash, and we also have the top range car in the vehicle warehouse. So now we're going to sell that top range car. We deliver it right here with no damage. That's about $80,000 profit because we invested $20,000 into the car. So now that's 80 grand extra that we just made. Nice, right? Making pretty good money. Okay, so once that is done, you're going to want to go back to the Terrorbyte. And you're going to want to go to client jobs. And look, diamond shopping is ready. So we're going to start doing that again. Start that up. We head on over to the jewelry store. You guys know what we did before. Go right into the cab. Very easy to drive there. We're pretty close to the jewelry store in this one. We're half a mile away from it. Let's drive over there. We hacked into the security panel. Kill the guards right here. Pick up the diamond briefcase. Got that. Let's get out of the store here. Spawn a Buzzard. And deliver it. Look at that. $31,000 for around 4 minutes of work. Look at how easy that is. And look, another business battle spawned. Goods type cargo. Cargo is worth $10,000 a crate. So that's $20,000 worth of cargo. And cargo, one cargo crate will take 70 minutes to produce. And we just stole 2. That is 2 hours and 20 minutes knocked off the clock. So you can fill up your nightclubs pretty quickly if you do the business battles every 15 minutes. So make sure you guys take a look at your stopwatch. After you deliver a business battle, start looking at the countdown for another 15 minutes because another one will spawn and you can get to it pretty quickly. And if you're in a small session like this, very easy to pick them up. And our nightclub is valued at $1,098,000 already, and we got already $10,000 in the club. So that's doing pretty good. That's all producing, and the bunker is also producing at the same time. So right after that, we start up Headhunter. We knock out Headhunter, get $22,000. Right now, we are at $346,000 because we got $20,000 per each business battle. That's 40 grand. Plus, we got $80,000 from import-export. That's in the bank. In cash, we have $226,000. We're going to go right back to our Terrorbyte after that. We're going to start targeted data again. Go right up to the Life Invader office, hack the computer again. You guys know what we were doing here. Find the numbers really quickly. Very easy. Found them right here, 64, 54, 18. Got them. Get out of the drone. Fly the helicopter over to the target. Take him out. Lock onto him here. That's an easy 30 grand again. Just for a few minutes of work. That's what's so great about these client jobs is they don't interfere with CEO work. So we're going to go back to CEO work here. And we're looking at Headhunter. Headhunter and Sightseer are both on a cooldown. They got a 48-second cooldown. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go right back to the Terrorbyte. And we're going to source another top range car while those are cooling down. Source right here. Get another top range car. And let's deliver it to our warehouse.
Alright, you're going.
Car's been delivered. We got a Reaper right here. That's another top range car in the warehouse. Pretty easy money that we're making. Now what you're going to want to do after you deliver that top range car is go outside of your vehicle warehouse and look at what we got. Another business battle. So this is the 3rd business battle already. That's 3 business battles we've done already in an hour. We go get the business battle goods, cargo again. That's $10,000 a crate. 70 minutes knocked off the clock here. We delivered it. And what actually happened was there was 2 pickups on this one. There were bags. And there was actually a rank 21. He actually got the other cargo. And, you know, I didn't want to bother him, so I just let him have it. But even when we delivered one, we got $15,000 in the bank. And we got the cargo delivered to our nightclub, which is $10,000. We knocked off 70 minutes out the clock. So we're going to go right back to our vehicle warehouse, and we're going to sell the top range car. Customize it right here. And we sell it. Delivered. Nice. And we got $80,000 again. Okay, so now once we're outside here, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to start up a next CEO work. So we're going to take a look right here. Let's see what's on cooldown. Spawn in our buzzard. VIP work. Let's see. Headhunter's on a cooldown, so we're going to start up Sightseer. Do Sightseer, and using the buzzard with Sightseer makes it very easy as well. Picked up all the packages. Look at that, $21,000. $277,000 in cash, 60 grand from business battles in the bank, and also $160,000 from import-export. So that means that we have made $500,000 in around an hour. $500,000 in an hour just doing all those different jobs, combining them together. Okay, so now after 2 hours and 20 minutes, what you're going to want to do is go right back to your bunker, because that's how long it takes the stock to produce. The $75,000 that you have invested will turn into $140,000 worth of guns. And then if you sell it in the city, they will sell for $210,000. And plus, if you sell it in a populated lobby, because I'm selling it in a big lobby, I'm selling it in a lobby with 30 people right now, you will get a $2,100 bonus per player in here. If you choose to sell in that populated lobby, you will make an extra $50,000 bonus. And it's not really that hard to sell in a full 30-player lobby. I know some people will panic, some people will get scared. If you don't want to sell in the populated lobby, that's fine. But if you want to get some extra cash, it's always a good idea to sell in the populated lobbies. And if you feel uncomfortable, you feel like somebody's going to destroy your stuff, you could close your application. You'll only lose a tiny bit of cargo. And what you can also do is you can also activate Ghost Organization, which is why I highly recommend selling as a CEO. If you activate Ghost Organization, that'll cost $15,000, but you and your cargo will be ghosted for 3 minutes. And since you're selling with one vehicle, it'll be very easy to make those drops. So you don't really have to worry about much. Even if you use the Ghost Organization, which is 15 grand, you're still gonna make a good bonus there. So that's 15,000 minus 60,000. That means that you would get $45,000 bonus still. So I think that it's worth it selling in these populated lobbies. You can still make more money. So once we delivered that, we drive away from the area. Let's see how much money we get right here. And we got $262,500. So instead of getting $210,000, we got $262,500. We got a $52,000 bonus on top of that, selling in the populated lobby. So every time you buy one batch of full supplies for the bunker, let it fully produce, that $140,000 will turn into $210,000, and you can always sell it with one delivery vehicle. Very easy to sell. Very easy for a solo player. Okay, so now we're moving on to the nightclub. If you choose to keep your popularity high, that is if you choose to keep it, because some people ignore the popularity missions. I ignored it for the most part as well. But right here, I decided to combine it just to see how much more money we could get. We got that. We got around $29,000. That's for after a few hours of playing. So you get around $10,000 every 48 minutes, so long as you keep the popularity up. So right now we're going to be selling our nightclub product. So we're selling all goods for $1,145,000. We could let it produce a little more, but I'm going to sell it at this point. I highly recommend that you sell over $1 million, because when you sell over $1 million, the max that Tony will take is $100,000. So anything over $1 million, the max he'll take is only $100,000. So the more you sell, the more money you get, and the less of a cut he'll take. Whenever you sell the nightclub, you will always have one delivery vehicle, making it an amazing solo business, one of the best ones. And you need to upgrade the Pounder Custom, or purchase it, or purchase the Mule Custom and upgrade the Speedo Custom if you are going to be using it to its full extent. Those are the 3 delivery vehicles. Fortunately, though, they aren't that expensive. I also like to activate Ghost Organization whenever I'm selling the nightclub, because you're selling one vehicle, so you're most vulnerable. And if you sell in the populated lobby like we were showing earlier, if you're selling over $1 million worth of cargo, you're going to be getting a $10,000 bonus per player in that lobby. So in a 30-player lobby, you're going to be making a nice big bonus. And what I like to do is I like to activate Ghost Organization when I'm about 25% of the route there. And the reason is because it gives me more time when I'm delivering the cargo. Because when you get right out of your nightclub and you start driving your vehicle, if a griefer decides to blow you up, they're not going to catch on until you're driving a little bit already. So I like to activate it a little bit after I've left, a little bit after I've driven the route. So in that way, when I get to the end, I still have a little bit of Ghost Organization left. So we delivered the cargo here. I drove it all the way by myself here, did not have anybody even covering me. sold it in a 30-player lobby, and I don't know the majority of people in this 30-player lobby there, so I just wanted to show you guys that. You can sell it in these populated lobbies, and instead of getting 1,145,000, we got 1,306,000. Wow. So we basically got a $166,000 bonus selling it in 30-player lobbies. So you can make a pretty good bonus selling in these populated lobbies. That is if you choose to do it. If you want to choose to sell it in solo lobby, that's fine, solo public. But you can make a little more money selling in these populated lobbies. So here at the end, guys, we come to our calculations. Now let's say that we sell one car every 48 minutes at Los Santos Customs. Let's say we get a good car. We get $8,000 every 48 minutes. Then we do 5 headhunters, as we did in the video before. We get $22,000 per headhunter. We would get around $110,000 per hour from headhunter. And then we do 2 sightseers, $21,000 per sightseer, around $42,000. The reason I did less sightseers is because the cooldown went farther, and I had another headhunter ready, and if I have to choose between headhunter and sightseer, it's better to do headhunter. The reason is it's quicker. If you have another job that you can do at the moment, do sightseer. So we did sightseer there, $21,000 per sightseer, $42,000 extra per hour, and we do 3 business battles, one every 15 minutes. We did 3 in that hour, and you get around $20,000 if you deliver both crates. And that will be $60,000 extra per hour. And we also are filling up our nightclub, so we're getting more cargo inside the nightclub. You can fill that up in one day. That whole nightclub that I sold earlier, that was all filled up in one day. I went to sleep the night before, left my PlayStation on, I went AFK. Then the next day when I woke up, I started doing this method, the $500,000 per hour, started collecting business battle goods, and started doing everything else in between. Then let's say we do 2 diamond shopping. That's the new client job. $31,000 each one. There's a 30-minute cooldown on those. That's $62,000 per hour. We do 2 targeted data. $30,000 per each one. That's the other client job. We get $60,000 in total that hour. And then let's say we sell 2 top range cars. Each top range car is $80,000 because remember, we're investing $20,000 into upgrading them. We get $160,000. And then the nightclub, if you choose to do that, you get $10,000 every 48 minutes. And if we add all that up together, that is $500,000 per hour. That's right, $500,000 per hour. Because of the new Terrorbyte, because it saves a lot of time, you don't got to go to your office every time to source a top range car. You could just spawn the Terrorbyte, drive a few blocks up to it, and just source it there. And also these new client jobs, they're awesome because you can do a headhunter and then you can do a client job right after that, or do a client job and then do a headhunter. And you know, the cooldowns, they won't affect each other. There will be a 10-minute cooldown when you start doing headhunter, but you can do a VIP work right after a client job. There's literally no cooldown after that. They don't interfere with one another, which is great. We have shattered my previous record. My previous record was around 400,000 per hour, but now we're at 500,000 per hour. It was a little bit after an hour when I did this. It was a little bit, maybe it was like around like an hour and 10 minutes. And the reason it was like an hour and 10 minutes is because one of the top range missions took me a little longer because I had to drive all the way up to Paleto Bay. And then there was also that second time where the random, he took the other cargo, and I didn't really want to bother him because he was only level 21. So I just let him keep the cargo. But around in an hour, you can make around $500,000 per hour or very close to it. No problem. So we've shattered the record, went from 400,000 per hour to now 500,000 per hour thanks to the Terrorbyte, one of the most useful vehicles in the game. Now let's talk about the bunker and the nightclub sale. Here we have the bunker and the nightclub sale. Okay, so for the bunker, you invest $75,000 in supplies. It's really good because then you won't have to constantly do those annoying resupply missions. $75,000 will produce $140,000 worth of guns, and then when you sell it in the city, it'll sell for $210,000. So $75,000 will turn into $210,000, and then if you sell it in the full lobby, you can get $262,500. So you can get up to a $52,000 bonus. And let's say we sell that 2 times a day because the bunker, once the supplies are delivered, takes 10 minutes for supplies to be delivered. It'll take around 2 hours and 20 minutes for it to be produced. So you could sell a bunker 2 times a day, no problem. 2 hours and 20 minutes, sell it, then buy supplies, another 2 hours and 20 minutes, sell it again. And as long as you sell one batch of full supplies, the 210,000, it'll always be one delivery vehicle. If you want to get a little more product in there, you can get up to 175,000, but after going past 175,000, it'll be multiple delivery vehicles, so keep that in mind. You can always sell it one delivery vehicle just by buying that one batch of full supplies. It's a good investment to make because your bunker will be producing while you're doing all these other activities. And now in regards to the nightclub, we're going to be comparing it to the data that I had. 1,145,000 is how much we sold it for. I produced that in one day. I went to sleep, and I let the nightclub produce while I went to sleep. And then when I got on the game, I started doing those business battles in between. Did a lot of business battles. We're doing all the different methods, the sightseers, the headhunters, the top range cars, doing the $500,000 method per hour, plus all those business battle crates that we collected really fill up the nightclub. They really fill up the nightclub quick because remember, like I said before, it takes 40 minutes per each gun to be produced. It'll take around 70 minutes per cargo crate to be produced. So you can really knock a lot of time off the clock. And when we sold it for $1,145,000, Tony will take the max $100,000 cut. This is why it's the best to sell over $1 million, because that's the max cut that Tony will take. So it would be $1,045,000. That's where the 1% bonus comes into play. And now if we sold it in a full lobby, it will be an extra $10,450 bonus per player. So I would personally recommend selling in a populated lobby because you can make a pretty good bonus there, and it's always one delivery vehicle with the nightclub, and you can ghost yourself. If you're in a CEO, just ghost yourself if you feel uncomfortable. So now, comparing it down below, $525,000 for 2 bunker sales a day, added up plus $1,306,000 plus $2,500,000. That's for playing the game for 5 hours. General time that I usually play. When I play for around 5 hours. That's an average time that people play when they have off. When you have a day off, when you're not doing anything, play around 4 to 5 hours. And you do this strategy every hour, make $500,000, your nightclub producing, and your bunker. And then you sell all of that at the end, and you can make $4 to $5 million per day, no problem, all solo. We did not have anybody help us in this video. We did everything solo, drove all the vehicles solo, collected all the cargo solo, did all the jobs solo. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was my ultimate solo money guide. If you guys have any questions below, anything that you guys want to know about this guide, anything I might have missed, let me know down below, and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like. And if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed my content, then subscribe to me if you find it worthy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm sorry for the length of the video, but there was just a lot of material to cover from this video. So thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the support in my channel. My channel has grown a lot recently. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.